to my channel. Today's topic is very important, and this topic, or this great personality, is that personality who broke or facilitated the ending of Cold War and changing of the world in international relations. And today's personality is Mikhail Gorbachev, I may call him the great personality of the 20th century or of the time. As you know, the role of leadership is very important to put a nation on the way of glory and prosperity. A good leadership infuses the qualities of awareness, consciousness, mobilization, sense of direction, and defense against the sense of direction and defense against adversaries. The Russian people or Russian state were lucky having such competent leader. Gorbachev was a history-making leader who changed the course of global history. Gorbachev possessed a visionary leadership. He was a charismatic leader in the real sense of meaning. Our world is not poor in the production of great statesmen who left indelible stamps of their excellence on the face of history. We have Washington, Lenin, Mao, Martin Luther, Gandhi, Kamal, and Nelson Mandela, who made their motherland free and prosperous and set them firmly on the way to honor and glory. It was President Gorbachev who gave the world a new peaceful global scenario. Gorbachev was the recipient of devotion and loyalty seldom accorded to a leader. He is not only a great but greatest statesman, head and shoulder above to all his contemporary history. He stands alone and incomparable in respect of his achievements or accomplishments. He was a paragon of impeccable integrity, indomitable will, and undaunted courage. He was a man of principles, a firm believer in free world, and scrupulous follower of global peace. Mikhail Gorbachev, one of the most prominent peace-loving figure during the intense Cold War era, served as the president of Soviet Union from 1985 to 1991. During the intense Cold War, Gorbachev was considered one of the most peace-loving personalities of the world. Mikhail Gorbachev was born in 1931 and paid the debt of nature or expired in 2022, leaving behind a legacy of transformative leadership and global change. Gorbachev is best known for introducing two groundbreaking policies. He introduced policies of glasnost, and its meaning is openness, and perestroika, or restructuring, for reforming the Soviet Union. These reforms aimed to revitalize the Soviet Union's political and economic systems. His name is synonymous with normalization of relations between East and West. His revolutionary approach to politics raised hopes across both Eastern and Western Europe, I may say, in the world. Gorbachev introduced a revolution with the politics of perestroika. He was a revolutionary leader. After his policies, hopes were raised in both East and West Europe. One of Gorbachev's most significant accomplishment was his role in ending the inclement and sanguinary Cold War in the world. Through nuclear disarmament negotiations with the presidents of United States, he helped reduce the nuclear arms race and eased tensions between superpowers. He signed several pivotal pacts or important pacts and agreements with the United States to limit nuclear weapons, earning global recognition for his efforts, meritorious efforts. The disarmament negotiations initiated by Gorbachev changed the world order. Gorbachev ends the Cold War and was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. Credit goes to this graceful personality for ending intense Cold War and reducing nuclear arms race and easing tension between superpowers. Gorbachev's policy of tolerance and appeasement brought sigh of relief for the people of Europe, America, and the world. The threat of Third World War was eliminated. The world organizations, in recognition of his meritorious services for world peace, conferred a wide range of awards, including the Nobel Peace Prize. In 1990, Gorbachev received the Nobel Peace Prize for Peace for his striking achievements in international relations or in international politics. The European people praised him for his role in ending the Cold War. His tolerance and policy of appeasement towards East Europe caused downfall of Marxist and Leninist governments in Eastern and Central Europe and the German unification. Gorbachev has been remembered as a reformer and a change maker. In 1989, the people of East Germany called for freedom, and Gorbachev tacitly helped them. In 1990, Gorbachev made the then German Chancellor Helmut Kohl in the Crimea. He clears the path for German unification. Enemies become friends. By the summer of 1990, he had agreed to the unification of East and West Germany and even assented to the prospect of that unified nation becoming a member of Soviet Union's long-time enemy, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. In Europe, Mikhail Gorbachev is revered as a statesman who brought Germany back together again and brought peace. Between late 1989 and 90, non-communist governments were democratically elected and came to power in East Germany, Poland, Hungary, and Czechoslovakia. Gorbachev agreed to the phased withdrawal of Soviet forces from those countries. The decision cemented his reputation as a statesman who brought peace and unity to Europe. Following the Geneva Accord of 1988, he withdrew Russian forces from Afghanistan in 1989 and ended the most costly war that eroded and severely strained the economy of Soviet Union and stopped the unparalleled miseries endured by the people of Afghanistan. Millions perished and more than 5 million people were displaced and still facing hardships in Afghanistan. Gorbachev also played a crucial role in global diplomacy and supported the peaceful settlement of political and social issues. He contributed his efforts for the ending of fratricidal war between Iran and Iraq. In August 1990, Saddam Hussein's Iraqi government invaded Kuwait. Gorbachev endorsed the President Bush's condemnation of it and helped for liberation of Kuwait under the United Nations auspices. However, Gorbachev's reforms also had unintended consequences. His social, political, and economic policies fueled nationalist movements within Soviet Republic, ultimately leading to the dissolution of USSR in 1991, December 1991. A failed military coup in August 1991 further weakened his political standing, and Boris Yeltsin, former president of Soviet Union, emerged as the new leader of Russia. While Gorbachev is celebrated internationally as a reformer and a peacemaker, many Russians view him less favorably. They often blame him for weakening Russia's global influence, causing economic collapse and overseeing the disintegration of Soviet Union in 1991. Despite these criticisms, Mikhail Gorbachev's legacy as a transformative leader who reshaped the world order remains undeniable. He will forever be remembered as the architect of peace, the man who ended the Cold War, and a visionary who dared to challenge the status quo for the sake of progress. Wish you good luck. Take care of yourself and others. Thank you. See you in the next lecture.